Good morning, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Jake, the Furniture Guy, coming live from the Christian Village here in Lincoln. A little sports show going on this afternoon, or this morning. We've got some guests, hopefully the co-star or superstar as known. Josh Komnick will also be here at some point, gracing our presence. Today, we actually have new to the show, young lady, Miss Teresa Quisenberry, from the Christian Village. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well. New to the show, but obviously not new to the Christian Village.
I've been here for 8 years.
8 years. We bring people on here from the Christian Village often. They give us a little bit of information about what's going on here and whatnot, you know, construction, whatnot, and this and that. But tell me a little bit about yourself. You've been here for 8 years. What have you done in the 8 years? Just so the people that are interested in the Christian Village know who they're dealing with when they call you.
I'm a community liaison. I've been in this position for a month.
Okay.
I started out here as a CNA. I have worked in the therapy department, medical records, so kind of a jack of all trades here at the Christian Village. Nice.
So you've done a little bit of everything.
Yes.
You've had a little bit of hands-on. Well, a little bit of hands-on. You've been here for 8 years.
Yes.
So you have very good knowledge of the facility and what it can bring to the people, and things that you can do maybe that you can implement to help the people transition into the Christian Village, I'm guessing. So tell us a little bit, like, you know, what does a community liaison do for the Christian Village?
A community liaison visits surrounding hospitals. We work closely with case managers and discharge planners. We discuss the needs of a patient, whether it be placement for long-term care or our therapy services. We also meet with family members to discuss their needs as well for their family. We're not only focused on patients' needs, but the family's needs and concerns as well. We want to ensure the transition to our campus is as easy as possible for family and patient.
Which is very important. I mean,
yes, it
you know,
is.
like you said, not only for the patient, but also for the family.
Exactly.
Because it is a big adjustment.
It is.
You guys have, I've heard, have added some new services to the program here recently. I'm sure you were instrumental in that taking place. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And
yes, as you can see, because we're here at our campus this morning, our makeover is almost complete, and we're very excited that we've added a second Alzheimer's unit. It has a 25-bed capacity. It's a secure, locked unit, kind of a safe haven, if you will. It has structured daily activities for lower functioning patients. It gives us the ability to provide services now for 50 Alzheimer's patients.
wow, that's a big boost.
And it's very awesome. We're excited about that.
Absolutely. Now, if people want to get a hold of you or somebody here at the Christian Village, how would they contact you?
You can call me here at 732-2189, or you can stop by Monday through Friday at 1507 7th Street here in Lincoln. I'll be happy to give you a tour or answer any questions about our skilled services.
Very nice. Now, do you guys have a website that people can check out?
Yes, we do.
Okay. That's very important nowadays.
www.christianhomes.org.
Very nice. Now, I haven't asked, are you a sports fan?
Oh, not really.
Not really.
I'm sorry, guys. Not really.
You're good. I mean, we bring on Julie, and I think her favorite part about sports is the color of the team's uniform.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, there's angles for everything, I guess.
Yes,
so,
there is.
Well, Teresa, I definitely appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you having me here.
You know, this is obviously, you're a very instrumental part for the Christian Village to get to the public and to get them to come in here and feel comfortable and relaxed when they get here. And it's a very good thing for this community.
Yes, it is.
So, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
And we're back. I'm back.
Rocking like a hurricane.
Had to check the the first few innings of my son's T-ball game before I
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
ventured over to the Christian Village. We just had, actually Jake just had Teresa Quisenberry. She's the community liaison for the Christian Village. That's where we're at this morning. Christian Village, as Jake got to talk with Teresa a little bit about her her responsibilities at the Christian Village and
Yeah.
a little more of what the Christian Village is. It's Lincoln's only faith-based retirement community and is the area's leader for senior living and healthcare services. The Village provides quality, compassionate care in a loving Christian environment. They offer a wide array of living options for older adults, such as independent living, rehabilitation, skilled nursing, and memory care. The Christian Village, located at 1507 7th Street in Lincoln, a community of passion. As Jake told you, we've got, of course, baseball. Wanted to talk a little bit with Jake. I know he watched the All-Star game, which was absolute drumming by the National League. And did you even enjoy it?
Yes.
You know, the American League's not even hit, you know, couldn't
That's
even hit.
fine.
You know, we'll get into that. We'll talk about the scores that baseball came back into play last night after the All-Star break. Of course, we got the Olympics coming up, and the big talk so far, as far as the interest of probably myself, is the 2012 Olympic basketball team versus the 1992 Dream Team.
Oh my God.
So we're going to talk with
Is
you.
this really a conversation?
I don't think so, but I'm going to make one with you because a lot of people are saying if some guys weren't hurt in this year's team, I'm talking Dwight Howard, I'm talking Blake Griffin, some guys like that this might be somewhat a comparable. As we were talking off air, you think it's not even close, but I don't want to get into that yet. We got a break before we get that, and also I've got a trivia question for that. It has to do with the 92 Dream Team, so get your mind going here. Thinking about several years ago when the 92 just wiped through. I think the average margin of victory was like 43 points or something ridiculous. But I've got a trivia coming. That's going to come at right after the second half of the show. So about 9:30, 9:33, somewhere around in there, I'll have a trivia question, and the winner of that trivia question is going to get a free night stay at the Hampton Inn, either a king or a queen. So a nice giveaway.
Little gift there.
Yeah, from the cheap seats here. Jake wanted to get into the scores real quick. Actually, I wanted to get some local stuff before we got into the scores. Jordan Perry, a golfer, a junior-to-be golfer at Lincoln Community High School, finished second in the Drysdale over the week. Very good from what I've heard. Never gotten a chance to play with him, although I'd like to, or have seen him play. But finishing second out of actually the guy that won it is going to be a sophomore at Springfield High School next year. So the Drysdale has been well represented. Of course, Kathleen Hepler has pretty much dominated that place, and she didn't choose to play in that this year. But Jordan Perry finishing second. He had, it sounds like in the paper, had a couple really a bad drive on, I think, 17 or 18, and kind of put him in a bad spot to where he couldn't get to the green in two, and you know how that goes. Somebody
Believe me, I know how that goes.
Although I'm sure we're a lot worse shape than he is.
Yeah, usually I can't get to the green in 5, and that's an issue.
But I want to give him some big ups. Second place to the Drysdale, Jordan Perry, a junior-to-be at Lincoln Community High School. And the scores from baseball last night, the Cardinals, man, couldn't get her done again. 5,
no,
Reds 5.
We dropped it, but
Cardinals
Pittsburgh dropped theirs as well, so we're not falling at least.
Yeah. Well, Soriano makes like he was in his heyday, going 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs last night, and the Cubs win, I think, 8-1 or something like that.
Yeah, your boy Rizzo's still hitting the ball as well, man.
Yeah.
He's playing well right now. Probably worth watching if I was a Cub fan, but
You think so? They're 34 and 52. You think that's worth watching?
Well, to see a young guy play, it was like Albert Poole. Oh, wait,
you got to watch him play now because he might be gone.
Albert's first year we did make the playoffs. Never mind. That's a bad comparison.
Don't bring that up. The Cubs 8, Arizona 1, Cincinnati 5, St. Louis 3, Washington still rolling 5 to the Marlins. Well, are they still the Marlins? Miami Marlins?
Miami Marlins, yeah.
1.
I like their unis.
Yeah, I do too. Nice color. Colorado 6, Philadelphia 2, and some scores that were late.
Did you see the Bryce Harper stealing of third base?
No.
It was phenomenal. It was Little League-esque, but it made you feel like a kid again. He gets a single, slap single, takes second on the outfielder being a little bit lackadaisical, and just runs it out. The ball goes back to the pitcher. Time's not called. Third baseman and shortstop start conversating, Hanley and their shortstop, and he just takes off for third, steals third, all in one 2 minutes package. He goes from home to first, takes second, goes to third, and then scores on the next at bat.
Nice.
I mean, it was definitely a thing of beauty. He is fun to watch, man. Makes a diving catch later in the game. He's definitely exciting. You know, it's fun to see a young kid with some enthusiasm, kind of Ken Griffey Jr.-esque.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he gives you that vibe. Back when Ken Griffey first came in, it was one of those guys that kind of electrified everybody and got everybody excited a little bit about some baseball. So,
well, you bring up that Bryce Harper, and I was watching a little bit of the All-Star game, and he had stolen second base when I think the National League was up 6-0, 5-0, somewhere late in the game. You know, as 6th, 7th inning, and I almost got that feeling like, well, here goes here goes the uproar. A rookie stealing second. It's 5-0. It's the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know what? This guy is playing baseball.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Tony La Russa was loving that too.
I mean, he plays as hard as he can. You know, you like to see that, especially out of a.
Unfortunately,
out of a
also in the All-Star game, he let one fall right over his head.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
that happens. He's young and a tall guy.
Yeah, he hadn't been to Kansas City yet. This guy.
Well, he hasn't been a catcher that long, or a outfielder that long.
All right.
So he was a catcher.
Yeah.
So.
The sky's different in Kansas City than it is in Washington.
It's
not as much smog.
Not as much smog. Yeah.
Detroit 7, Baltimore 2. The Yankees keep rolling 6. The Angels 5. Cleveland 1, Toronto 0. The Boston Red Sox 3, Tampa Bay 1. Oakland was a winner over Minnesota 6-3, and Texas and Seattle were a little too late for me. Pittsburgh still winning the Central 48-37. Right behind are the Reds, half a game back at 48-38. The Cardinals 3 games back now, 46-41. Milwaukee 40-45, which I thought that team would be a little bit better than their record shows. They're 8 back, and my beloved Cubs are 14.5 back.
At this point, which is a bigger surprise, Pittsburgh or the White Sox?
I think the White Sox.
Yeah?
Well,
with Ozzie Guillen leaving town, new regime
they have
in
more
there.
talent. They have more talent than Pittsburgh. The White Sox do, I think. But I guess
Pitching, maybe.
I guess because Pittsburgh has been so bad for so long, maybe it is Pittsburgh. I think who's the manager of the White Sox? Ventura now.
Ventura.
So I think they've got some talent. They've got some guys that can hit the ball. You got Dunn and Konerko and Pajinski still. So they've still got talent, but Washington. That's a big. I mean, they're 50-34.
Fun, yeah.
You know, I mean that's.
Baltimore's up there as well. I think they're first in the wild card, if I'm thinking right.
Right. Baltimore's record 45-41 right now. I don't know if anybody's going to catch the Yankees. They're rolling 53-33 for the best record in baseball at right now. So that the American League is there's 2 lopsided. East and the West. Texas is 52-34. They're up by quite a bit, but that Central is going to be good. I think the Central in the National League is going to be good. It looks like the Washington Nationals might run away with it, but you never know about the Braves. They just always seem to find themselves right back in the race.
And the Phillies are getting healthy. I mean, they've gotten a couple guys back, and they're getting a couple more.
Back.
So they're a long way back.
So,
yep.
Hey, Jake, I wanted to get to the All-Star game real quick. You got to see it? Much of it?
Bit, yeah. I partaked in a little bit of the All-Star game.
Yeah, pretty much dominated by not only the National League, but the San Francisco Giants, who a lot of people didn't think there should be 3 guys from the San Francisco Giants. Actually, 4. Posey, Kane, the third baseman, Sandoval, and Melky Cabrera. And 3 of them make a huge splash. Pablo Sandoval hits the triple. Melky Cabrera hits the big home run, and Kane gives you 2 shutout innings as a starting pitcher.
Right as a start.
I mean, for the team that shouldn't have had, a lot of people said they shouldn't have had any, although you have to have 1.
Yeah.
They come up and make a huge splash, and probably a big reason it was a big reason the National League went on and got an early lead.
Oh yeah, and they just continued to pour it on later through the game. Maybe the final appearance of La Russa in a uniform. I don't know about that, to be honest. That may have just been the start of him negotiating his contract for next year. But it was kind of fun to see, man. A lot of Cardinals on the team as well. Also, putting some effort in there and getting some things done, which is kind of fun. So, it was a fun All-Star game all the way through.
It was, of course. The winner of that All-Star game gets home field advantage still, so they still.
And I tell you, Kansas City, put on a heck of a show.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked great. I mean, they made me want to go to Kansas City and see another game. So, I mean, it looked absolutely stunning on TV. The red
That's
carpet
because you've
thing.
got high definition.
Yes, this is true. Don't want to plug Comcast too much, but Comcast. Yeah, no, it was great though, and you know, the ballpark looked phenomenal. George Brett was a fantastic ambassador for everything, and it was one of the better All-Star games outside of the game that I've paid attention to in years. So,
you know, I think the biggest thing for me was Chipper Jones. He's going to be his last All-Star game. That was a guy that we grew up watching. That you know,
caught a foul ball.
Did you?
Yeah,
nice.
Screamer.
Did you?
Yeah,
bare hand.
Bare hand.
Wow.
Oh yeah, bare hand.
You got feelings? You still got feeling in it?
I tell you what. Let's see. A bat before. No, it was the inning before that. Andrew Jones. I caught a foul ball from him. That was a pop up.
Really?
And just snagged it. Came right to me. I was like, oh.
Were you the only one in the stands?
No, I was actually very, very crowded on the third base line at Atlanta.
Just cleared them out.
Turner's Field.
You just cleared them out.
Straight to me.
Really?
Both of them.
Wow.
The one, Chibbers was a rocket.
Did you cry?
He was batting left hand. I don't know. Didn't shed a tear. No crying in baseball, buddy. No crying in baseball.
But to me,
one-handed too. There was no second hand going up.
Nice.
Did have the imprint of the ball for the whole weekend.
You got the seams in your
Oh, yeah.
hand.
Yeah, that one I kept. The Andrew Jones ball I actually gave to a 2-year-old boy that was standing at my feet holding his glove up thinking the ball was coming to him.
You're a little bigger than him.
I was a little bigger, and I was just standing there and came down to me. And I looked down, his big blue eyes staring at me. I'm like, oh, crap, here you go.
You did your good deed. You did your good deed.
I got free beer for it the rest of the game.
Nice. You can't beat that.
There's an angle for everything, buddy. That's karma.
But I wanted to get back to Chipper Jones, the guy that we grew up watching on that string where the Braves were
unbelievable.
winning, except that big one. Of course, they got the one. But he was a guy that just seemed like he was out there every day, a switch hitter, a third baseman. Yep. He won Gold Gloves.
Got a couple hits every game.
Yeah, I mean, just a you know, I like to say a dirt ball. So, you know, he was always diving for the ball, and it was a guy that I really enjoyed watching, and I was happy to see him not only make it, but he got a hit. Yeah. You know, and he for sure first ballot Hall of Fame. I mean, the guy's been playing for years.
You know how I feel about the Hall of Fame, right?
Well, I'm just saying, it's guaranteed. That's guaranteed.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Look at his numbers. He's been playing way too long not to.
I'll bring up his numbers. Hopefully, I can get his numbers up before the break.
Yeah, I bet you.
They're there.
I bet he's a Hall of Famer.
And the thing about him is, he stayed with one team. He dominated on one team. He did win a World Series. That definitely helps when it comes to voting.
You have to almost.
I don't think you have to, but if you don't have the heroic numbers,
it's always brought up though.
Exactly. Well, if you don't have the heroic numbers, it's definitely a big help. But whenever I look at Hall of Fame, I look at it over a 10-year period. And did that player dominate for the 10-year period? And he was, you know, for a 10-year period, he was one of the best third basemen, if not the best third baseman in the game.
During that time.
During that time. So, you know, I guess as that goes, I'd say yes, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, and it was neat to see him go out.
Seemed like he played clean.
Yeah, I think so.
And had that enthusiasm for the game, like Bryce Harper.
Right.
Because Chipper Jones was the same way. He was the young phenom back then. Like a Bryce Harper comes in and really makes you pay attention to baseball even more.
And the older I get, the more I want to see guys not get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, he was a guy that didn't get in trouble a lot and stuff like that. So
you don't remember hearing about contract negotiations with this guy either.
Just went out and played.
He just went out and played and played very well. Obviously was compensated.
Right, sure.
But you didn't have to hear about it, and that was great. You know, unlike the Albert situation, even Matt Holliday. I mean, you think about Matt Holliday's situation, you heard about his contract for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And Chipper Jones was an Atlanta Brave, and that's all you thought about was when you hear Chipper Jones, it's Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, or Atlanta Braves, it was Chipper Jones. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I thought of. So pretty cool for that all-star moment for Chipper, and kind of neat for myself to see. I want to ask you about this kid from the Angels. I haven't watched much baseball at all, but this kid is this Trout.
Yeah.
I looked at his numbers, and I'm thinking they had a misprint. I mean, the guy's batting like 330.
Yeah.
He's got 17 home runs, 50-some RBIs
You see
or
how that
something like
kid's
that.
built?
Oh my! He looks like
He looks like a
a running
player.
back.
Yeah, he looks like a football player.
32 stolen bases or something like that. I had no idea about the kid, and then they show him, and I'm like, wow.
Well, there's a reason why Albert Pujols' numbers changed dramatically right as soon as he got brought in. He started leading off right when they brought him up, and all of a sudden he's dominating. And the Cardinals, or not Cardinals, I wish.
You're wishing.
The A's of Angels of Anaheim, they started playing much better. Albert started hitting the ball a lot better, and the whole team started rolling.
Right.
So now they're back in the. I mean, at that point they were in last place. Now they're right in the hunt. So
that helped.
Absolutely.
And he's, I think he's benefited from Albert being in that lineup because, hey, we don't want to face Albert, so we're going to give you a few more pitches.
Yeah, the thing about Albert is he's been a slow starter the last couple of years, but he's still Albert Pujols.
Sure.
He's
coming.
You
right
make
now.
one bad pitch, and he can send it 430 feet.
Right.
So, and then you got this young kid who's obviously very good. It's going to be it's going to be an interesting run for them, I believe.
Yeah, and a young player. Hey, Jake, we got a caller. Caller, go ahead. You're in the cheap seats. What do you want to talk about?
It's Ferris. What's happening?
Hey, Ferris. Not much. I know you're getting ready for the football to start, but did you get a chance to check out the All-Star game? Are you an All-Star game fan?
I am when the National League's winning.
Right.
So, but yeah, I didn't get to check it out. I actually, I coached the 12s and the 8s for the Heat, so we were in work that night. So I did not. I DVR'd it, and I actually watched the first 4 innings, and I knew it ended 8-0. So I figured, what the hell? I'm not sitting through 4 more innings.
Yeah, nobody hitting.
But it is pretty sad time in our life in sports when we got to sit at baseball, isn't it? I love baseball, don't get me wrong, but, it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But I was calling to inform you that the real deal does start on Monday. Youth football starts Monday, and we always kick off. Once youth football starts, teams are just, start like fire, man. And next thing you know, it's high school and then college and bang.
Yeah.
It's all-out football.
I'm ready. I'm ready for football. As our some friends and I were talking about of course, you're in our fantasy football league. We're getting ready for the draft and who we're thinking about taking. But back to that youth football real quick, Ferris. It begins Monday, July 16th at 5:30 at Eaton Fields. If you have not signed up, you can do it Monday starting at 5. Is that still correct?
Yep, you got it. The girls will be there set up to take sign up starting at 5, and there'll be 100 of them. We're prepared for it. It happens every year, Nobody cares about football, and I'm the same way. When it's baseball season, my son's playing baseball. I care about baseball. I understand, and then as soon as baseball's over, it's like, oh, man, football starts in a week, So,
sure.
I get it. So we're prepared for it. So, I actually had a lady call me this morning upset, thought she was too late. So that's what made me think I better call and, tell the 7 people listening anyway. So.
Gee, thanks. Well, you're one of them, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm always one of them. So
That's right.
Usually got me, so.
Ferris, real quick before we let you go, you're a basketball junkie, as always, too. We're going to talking in the next half hour about the 2012 Olympic team against the 92 Dream Team. Any comparison that you see would make you believe that 2012 could beat 92?
I'll be honest with you. Anytime you got Kobe Bryant, LeBron James on the floor, you're going to have a chance to beat anyone. It's not going to be a lopsided victory for 92 every time, but that's when we grew up, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's who I idolize. So you're never going to tell me that anybody, and it's probably any team in the whole entire world to beat that 92 team.
Right.
More than twice out of 2 out of 10 times. But like I said, I'm biased because I grew up idolizing that 1992 team. I was a junior, actually a freshman in high school, sophomore in high school. So that's when they're real impressionable on you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I mean, I idolize that team, but, I mean, come on, man. Look at the guy. I mean, look at Iguodala. I mean, he's more athletic than anybody on the 92 team, and he's just a scrub.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he won't be. Yeah, he won't get a lot of. I mean, he'll play, but he won't be a big time guy. Yeah.
Right, but he's probably the best defender in the league.
Right.
I mean, honestly, he's a touchdown guy. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't watch a whole lot of NBA, but I watch certain guys. You know
Sure.
what I mean? If Iguodala's on, or you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I know a little bit about what I know, but I don't know, man. That would be a game to watch. But I mean, you've got 11. What is there?
11 Hall of Famers,
on
and the other one was
I mean,
Leitner.
right, and they themselves. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? This team, but like I said, anytime you got LeBron James and Kobe Bryant on the floor, how could you not play with anybody?
Yeah, you could. Those two can put up some points.
Right, right. But like I said, I'm biased, so I'm going to say 92 would win 7 out of 10 at least.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yeah,
But
you know, they have a possibility of winning. I guess I'll give you that, but not much.
No.
I don't even know 7
hey,
out of 10.
one thing I was going to say that I haven't heard you mention on here that it totally surprised me, but how about those Pirates, man?
Yeah, that's what we were
That's
just
baseball.
talking.
I hate to say this, but man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I know like 3 guys, the only reason I mentioned, I know 3 diehard Pirate fans, and I've never, I mean, I've known some of these guys for 50 years, and I've never even seen them, say anything. Now they all got pirate hats. I see them with clutches, jerseys, walking around Lincoln, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, it's well, you're so bad for so long, you got to do something.
You ever seen a pirate jersey in Lincoln?
No,
No, I haven't.
no, I haven't.
Hey, now pay attention. You'll be like 4 or 5 now. I guarantee you'll be going to laugh. That's what I've been doing.
Right. Hey, Ferris, thanks for calling in, and
Hey, no problem.
we'll get these guys out to again. The Lincoln Youth Football will begin practice Monday, July 16th at 5:30 p.m. at Eaton Fields. If you have not signed up, you can do so on Monday, starting at 5.
One more. Can I mention one more thing, Komnick?
Go ahead.
I mention one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how we do this, how we keep pulling this off year after year, but I always pull roundabout and pass. But my 7th and 8th grade youth football team, on August 22nd, it's a Wednesday night under the lights, we're going to open up SHG Stadium down there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah.
Real cool. So
Okay,
August 22nd,
August-
our 7th and 8th grade teams are going to go down there and play a Springfield team in the new stadium. It'll be the first youth game there.
Okay. Sounds good. And of course, we'll have you try and get you back on the cheap seats here before the season gets going, Ferris.
Appreciate it.
All
See
right,
you guys.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Yeah.
Jake, we got to take a quick commercial break, and
Yeah.
when we get back,
Should we give the question out before the break?
no, I got to have
No.
work for it while we're trying to get.
All right.
All right.
We'll see.
We got a trivia coming up. It has to do with the 92 Dream Team. So get your anything you can remember from then. Get your mind to working from 92 because you got a chance to win a Hampton Inn. Free night stay out at the Hampton Inn. We're back here. We're at the Christian Village, 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com.